One of the greatest chord progressions of all time, is Bourgie Bourgie. This is the original Ashford and Simpson one, this is a UK only 12-inch. The 12-inch of Bourgie Bourgie was on the B-side of a single from their musical love affair album, Love Don't Make It Right. Nice track in its own right. And this is only on the B-side of that, never got a US 12-inch, but what makes it even rarer is some of the UK copies have got a pressing fault where the record speeds up halfway through. I think it must have been something wrong with the tape. So if you're collecting this, you don't know, because it looks exactly the same, is it the one with the mispress, because that's something which, if you're a vinyl DJ and you're playing it out,
it's going to be problematic.
It's not going to work in your set. People might think it's you who's making this absolutely horrendous mistake.
You haven't got that. You've got the one that was actually, you were lucky.
I think I have, yeah. But I mean, I'm not.
That's a big.
It's a big, yeah. It's not like it's like
a big F up.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I don't know what the proportion
Sounds
is.
like something at Z.
Beautiful chord.
So
yeah. I remember one. This reminds me. I used to have this on a tape in the car. This is about 1990, and I remember I had a really shit. Something I can't remember. I think I had an argument with my girlfriend. Something unpleasant had happened, and I got in the car, and this just started. The chord started. And I thought, the world's not such a bad place.
It lifted you up.
It lifted me up, and I thought, I'm going to leave that bitch here. Leave her outside, bloody superstore in Hadley. But I mean, it's
maybe turn it up a bit.
One of those records gets a lot faster towards the end.
It actually does get faster.
Joe Clausel did a nice remix of this version. So that was the first version, which was an instrumental. And so it was an instrumental.
And that came out when? What year?
77. I think it's on their album Send It, I think is the album. Then I was in a record shop in Miami. I think it's called Word and Sound. Was it Word and Sound? Something and something. It's definitely something and then another word with an and in between.
Yeah.
I think it might be. It's not, is it Word and Sound? Music and something. Music and Lights. Socks and Trousers. Something like that. Anyway, I was talking. Somehow Bourgie Bourgie came up in conversation with the guy and he said, have you heard the John Davis version? I thought, no, I haven't heard the John Davis version. Wasn't always a fan of John Davis. Some of his stuff's a little bit cabaret, disco. But he did some good break beats. I Can't Stop, and he did make some good records. So anyway, I think his version was really, really good. Now that's like the tape fault there. Good version in lots of ways. I mean, it goes into those chords at the end. I used to play this 12-inch out a lot in my vinyl disco DJ days. I used to play that quite a lot. And that was when I was playing that somebody asked me for Oochie Coochie.
Yeah.
They said, oh, you've got Oochie Coochie during an instrumental section of that record. But anyway, because this is from 79. I don't remember that coming out, but it came out in 79. This came out in 77, though that's a reissue from 1980, but the original thing came out in 77. This is 1980, it says on the sleeve. But this is the Gladys Knight version, which was also produced by Ashford and Simpson. And I don't know if they wrote the verse for the John Davis version or if they wrote the verse for this and this somehow got recorded later. But Gladys Knight did a vocal version of it, also produced by Ashford and Simpson. Of course, Louis Vega remixed the John Davis. I've remixed this version. So let's put a bit of this on the original version. It's got Taste a Bit of Love, of course, on this album as well, Bourgie Bourgie. There's the chords.
Great production.
what's interesting about, though Ashford and Simpson, obviously incredible songwriters, for this Gladys Knight version, they only wrote one verse. Because you'd expect 2 verses normally, but they decided one verse was enough. I won't let it get to the chorus, I won't take it off. I think Bourgie is used more now to describe a certain type of person than it was then. Yeah. I mean, I'd never heard anyone saying it's a bit Bourgie in 1979 or 1981 or
sounds like more something you'd say at Studio 54 or something.
Maybe it's Studio 54.
Yeah.
So it just goes around, and it doesn't. This version doesn't go back to those intro chords. But on my version, it goes back to the intro chords at the end because for me. They are beautiful. Yeah. Very nice chords. Yeah. Very nice chords. Go around on an unusual cycle as well. It's kind of like they go around on like 4 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars. It's kind of like quite hard to mix out.
Yeah, I was going to say a DJ's nightmare.
It is a DJ's nightmare.
Yeah.
You've got to have worked out where you're going to mix out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your favourite version is. People watching this video and thinking, "Oh, I think that version's better than that version. That's my third." I don't know what I think my favorite. I thought John Davis was a pretty good compromise over the more clubby version of the Gladys Knight.
But the vocal's not as strong as the Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight's obviously Gladys Knight.
Yeah.
But the instrumental, I think, is a beautiful piece of music.
Yeah.
I think it's one where the instrumental stands up. Sometimes when they do a vocal version of an instrumental, it's a lot worse. You know, I think, I didn't really need it. I thought it sounds great as a song, but even after the song version, you can still listen to the instrumental, and the instrumental still sounds pretty good. So it's just a winner all round. But I don't know. I'm sure some people have got very strong views about what is the best version, and they're welcome to air those views in the comments. Make it as long as you want, really detailed. But yeah, Gladys Knight, John Davis, Ashford and Simpson.
What's your favourite?
What's your favourite? Yes. Anyway, I'm going to go file these back away so I can find them next time I look for them.
Was that a little dig?
No, it wasn't a dig.
Okay,
no, it wasn't a dig.
Okay.
I'm capable of leaving records out and not being able to find them. It happens all the time. I think, what have I done with that? Because there's about 3 or 4 places. If I can't find it, there's a couple of other places I could look for it.
Yeah.
And if it isn't there, then I think, I don't know where else it can be. So then I'm stuffed, really. Yeah. Anyway, how long is this video?
It's 8 minutes now.
I think that's enough.
I do.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.